What's up, guys? Hilton here with Yellow Sky Actions, and today we're going to be doing a video tutorial on taking an image to the next level. So we've got an image in Photoshop here, and Michelle Snyder Photo, she sent this image. So Michelle, if you're watching this, thank you so much for sending this out to us. It's a beautiful image. I love the mood of this image. I think this it's just an overall great image, to work with and to take to the next level. So we're going to be using our textures, the vintage book set for YSA. As you can see, we're in Photoshop CS3 through 6, but you can also use our vintage book set for Elements 6 through 10. So it's compatible for both Photoshop and Elements. So let's get to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on the, as you can see, the YSA Texturizer horizontal. We're just going to click on that. Continue, continue. And then it gives me an option to choose from the textures which one I like to use. So the first I'm going to use is Dowdy Dune. Click open. Okay. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it to the edge, just like this. Once I've done that, I'm going to double click it. Okay, so as you can see, you've got this texture on this image. Now, the whole texture action, Dowdy Dune, is right here. I'm going to click on this arrow and go in, and you've got the dodge it, the burn it, the decolorize layer, the detexturize, and you got the blending mode layer. I'm going to highlight the blending mode layer, and I'm going to switch the blending mode layer to overlay. It's more intense. Next thing, I'm going to go to the detexturizer. I'm going to click on this black mask, and I'm going to go and make sure the white foreground selected. Paintbrush is selected, and I am going to bump this up to 50%. And I'm just going to brush the texture off the subject and this towel right here, maybe the bottom of these balloons. I'm going to drop the opacity, and I'm going to brush it off just a little bit. Alright, it's perfect right there. And the beauty of it is, with this detexturizer layer, when I brush the texture off, I'm not losing any color. So for example, if I wanted to brush the color off of the subject or the background, let's just say the subject, I'm going to click on this layer mask right here, make sure the foreground's white, and just so you can see a difference, I'm going to take it to 100%, and I'm going to brush the color off the subject. Bam. Look at that. Again, pretty cool. So the whole point, you have this texture layer, the color layer, and you can, customize it to your liking. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the dodge it layer mask. I'm going to click on that, make sure the foreground's white, and I am going to lighten up the subject. Really bring these greens out in her dress. I'm digging that. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to run another texture on here. Same process as before. Let's see which texture. And you have all these textures to choose from, and that's the beauty of it. Okay, we're going to go with Sweet and Disposition. Again, drag to the edge. And also the beauty of these of this vintage book set, you can run within the Photoshop CS3 through 6. You can run different texture actions over one another, so you can run multiple texture actions on top of each other, which is really cool. Saves you a lot of time. Okay. Let's see what this looks like on an overlay. A little too much. And you can always mess around. Once you go to this blending mode layer, you can always mess around with the blending modes. Never, I repeat, never mess with the blending mode on this texture group layer or any of these other layers. Just only on the blending mode layer. We're going to take it back down to soft light. I'm going to drop the opacity to around 70%. And then I'm going to go to this detexturize layer, and I'm going to brush off of the subject once again. And as you can see, the texture is disappearing. Okay, so last step, I'm going to go up and I'm going to go within the big bundle into the essential set, which is separate from the vintage book set collection. I'm going to go to Sharpshooter, which is a sharpened brush within the essential set. Should take a few seconds to load. And all I'm going to do is make sure this black mask is selected, foreground selected, white foreground, and I'm going to sharpen her face up a little bit. And as you can see, here's the before and the after, and I'll zoom in. Before, after, huge difference. All right. Now, another thing you can do, and I always do this within the when I'm framing it, when I'm taking the shot. And Michelle, if you're watching this, this is what I would do. So I noticed that she is more towards the center of the image, and it's not as pleasing to the eye. Even though this is a beautiful shot, what I'll do is see what it looks like if I crop it in just a tad. See this center dot? That's the center of the image. And what I'm finding is with those thirds, if the subject is right to the left of the center or to the right of the center, it's more appealing to the eye. So I'm going to crop this. All right. And I'm finding that is definitely more appealing. So this is the after. Here's the before. And as you can see, it's still a beautiful shot, but we've taken it over the edge with our vintage book set. And here's the after. Before, after. So I hope this helps, guys. Michelle, again, thank you so much for sending this image out to us. We'll give you credit when we post on our Facebook wall. We love doing that for the photographers. And just let me know, you guys out there watching this, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to post on the Facebook wall, comment, etc. You guys have a great day.